small, but I think the weather is.
Yeah,
cold.
it drizzled. But
Charlie,
it drizzled at the time I was going to the mosque.
Okay.
But by the time I came back, it has.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you: do you ever remember receiving money from Western Union through Western Union? Do you remember that?
Yes, I have.
Charlie? No, Western Union Ajenkwan.
In fact, I went and picked it at a certain bank. I don't want to mention the name of the bank. Yes.
How much was it though?
Okay, at the time it was $300, but they converted to cities and gave it to me. Yeah, I had some small gig bid that was giving me some small coins.
They would need dollars.
Oh, Master Jai.
Dollars 2 months. Hey! Would need dollars 2 months. Let's say $300. Let's say $200. $100. Hey.
No, when I was the editor of 54 Foot magazine.
$300 a hat.
So
hey.
Yeah.
$300. Hey, move down, Avila. Daniel Cranty is also here. Achi is here. Danny, Charlie, man, how is it? Life is good. Yeah, life is good, isn't it? Yeah. What are you excited about today?
Antoine Semenyo.
Yeah. You know, it just the sound in my ears that we are going to watch Manchester City play, and we're going to hear a name like Semenyo. Yeah. Charlie, you didn't beat me wrong.
Our brother Rich.
Hey, Semenyo. Charlie, actually, what does it mean in Eve?
It's destiny.
Destiny.
Yes. And me is the possessive noun, as in me.
Okay.
Yeah. Enyo means it is good.
So my destiny is good.
Yes.
Hey.
No, you see,
that guy's destiny is good.
Do you know why I laughed? When you asked at you, I thought you were asking the wrong person the question.
Oh, no. This guy, he writes and speaks.
No,
Solid.
if you had asked him to translate it in Fanti, that's perfect.
Nobody's deep.
Why does everyone get surprised when I speak ever or when I translate anything? People, because I speak Fanti a lot, everyone gets surprised when I speak ever.
Because I thought you speak diluted ever. So
the guy's always
No, he is, but the thing is that I thought he said diluted one.
Charlie, you hear Atu.
Both of my parents.
You are calling Atu.
But Charlie Zach, you grow.
No, Charlie, don't do that.
No, because see,
don't do that.
See, because
don't do that.
You know why I said that? Memories of Western Union. Western Union is not early 2000s or 2010s Western Union. See, like for you to be doing those of us who are young, our exposure to Western Union was the back to school. That one, even if your parents didn't do business, somebody's parents did business with. So you see the backpack, the pens,
suitcase.
Yes. And then you see the ad on TV. But the closest you would come to it, for me, it was someone wearing the backpack or the pencil case. But you were doing.
No, relax. I was not taking money at the time. My familiarity with Western Union was what you were familiar with. That's my exposure.
You were asking Muftau about the money transfers.
Because I know he look at that $300.
So you Muftau.
$300. Yeah.
So you Muftau with the growy.
No. So, but actually, even when I was working with ESPN, how much they paid? I picked the money via Western Union. So that one,
And when you were working with who else?
54 Foot.
And who else?
You don't see what he's trying to do.
He wants me to say a lot more. But
yeah, man. So, Charlie, Western Union is still grounded, man. Still grounded, still serving the nation in an extraordinary way. So make sure you get in touch with them and use their services, all right? All right, guys, I mean, let's just start with that exciting news about Antoine Semenyo. And I think, Daniel, you were touching a bit on it, okay? And what was the last time, Achu, maybe you can try and, I don't know if you've got some history relative to that. The last time we had a player from the Volta region, with Volta region roots, excelling at the very highest level. Do you recall? Because hearing Semenyo in a Manchester City jersey in the Champions League,
not to that level.
It's going to be fun.
Not to that level.
Not to that level.
Like Premier League level.
Oh yeah, Christian Achu, right?
But that was like 10 years ago. Yeah, in fact, more than 10 years ago.
Wow, but that wasn't even like
2014, 2015.
That was Premier League.
Loan.
Yeah.
Not a big transfer like this. No.
Maybe when he went to Chelsea, when he was signed to Chelsea, we got that vibe.
Yeah, we were excited,
But it was not to this scale.
Yeah.
No, not to this scale.
Wow.
This is big.
This is
look. I think after the AFCON move, this one comes next.
wow.
Partey to Arsenal was big, but yesterday I was discussing with Penty. Partey to Arsenal was big, but look, when he joined Arsenal, they hadn't won the league. Yeah, they hadn't won the league since 2000. They still haven't won the league. Like, yes, traditionally they're a big team, but in terms of relevance, in terms of title race, European football at the time he joined, no, they were not up there.
Yeah.
ACN, when he came to Chelsea, had just won the Premier League title. They had reached the Champions League semi-final. They were on the rise. They were the team to beat. And then he joined them, and obviously they continued their dominance. But this Semenyo move, you are looking at a team that has won 4 of the last 5 Premier League titles, have the best coach in the world, probably the greatest coach ever in the world in the Premier League, whether you like it or not.
Treble winners just 3 years ago.
Treble winners just 3 years ago. Look, it's Pep Guardiola's team that came calling. And when they have a wealth of attack like that, and Pep calls you in January and tells you that I need you,
I still need you,
then you know it's a big deal. You know it's a big deal. So I'm really happy for Semenyo. And you spoke about you mentioned the clubs he's played for. That's steady rise, that progress. And you go back to his story, the number of rejections he had when he was growing up in terms of trials, almost gave up football. Somebody believed it. I think it was his uncle who said he would not allow him to stop playing football. They kept on going, and once he got that Bristol City move in terms of breaking into their first team, it's just been on the ascendancy. Season after season, he's proven why he's reached this level. The determination, obviously, the talent level has already been there. But in all this too, we need to credit the Black Stars and the GFE, because at the time they drafted him into the Black Stars, he was playing for Bristol City.
Yeah.
Most people would have
This was 2022.
waited. Yeah, most people would have waited to see how it materialized. But had we wasted time, this guy could easily have been playing for England.
No, straight,
easily.
Sharp.
So smart move by them to quickly snap him
Yeah.
at the time they got him in. And now we'll be going to the World Cup with a player from Tottenham Hotspur, star boy from Manchester City. Like, when the boys are lining up in the tunnel and the opposition look at them, they know that these are not guys to be played with.
So where they will be afraid is a question.
No, they shouldn't be afraid. You score them.
They will show a certain respect.
Yeah.
Oh no, that respect will be there, because it takes me back to 2006 when you had the Black Stars lineup. You look at Italy, yes, everyone was talking about Italy, but they were according our players the needed respect in the 2006 World Cup. So certainly we will get that respect. That one, we will.
But actually, in terms of because that's one concern some have had about this move. That look here, he's going there, and Daniel was talking about the attack, the assets Pep Guardiola has got in Manchester City. All right. And the number of players there, and Cherki is there, Erling Haaland is there, Foden is there, you've got Doku is also there, Mamouche is, of course, is currently with Morocco, etc.
Even Savino
is also there. You know, of course, that's the concern some have had, that if he goes there, there's going to be pressure on him to hit the ground running. He can't afford to, because at Bournemouth, he was like a star boy. He has the freedom. He has the freedom to take shots from every angle, all right? To some extent, his game is going to change a bit at Manchester City, because you have to play within the Pep setup, all right, compared to what he was at Bournemouth. There's a lot of things that's going to change about his game at Manchester City. How do you address these concerns people have about him being able to get into the team, him being able to continue to play the way he was playing, like, as we are using him, because at Pep, of course, at Man City, is going to change because of Pep setup.
My only response to all of that is that he will ball out at City. Worst case scenario, even if it doesn't work out for him at City and he drops down, you are talking about a category B team in the Premier League, which is the Newcastles, which is your Tottenhams, which is your Aston Villas, who are still Champions League caliber teams. There are two things for me that are worth considering. The first point is his work ethic and his attitude. Iraola said something that Semenyo is a fantastic player, but even more importantly, he has a fantastic personality and work ethic. That for me is all I needed to hear. That he's grounded, he's matured, he works hard. So doesn't allow the distractions to get to him, doesn't allow the fact that that feeling of achieving something significant to get into his head, doesn't have a lifestyle outside of football that could interfere with what the profession requires of him. So no history with late night partying or alcoholism or any of these things that can get in the way of a professional footballer. And so you are sure that if he continues with everything that has been done, and this is not we manufacturing traits for him, this is the guy who coached him and took him to the brink of being a world-class player, telling all of us that Semenyo has a fantastic work ethic, and I believe him. In the 4 years that he's been in the Black Stars, I have not heard a bad word from his colleagues or from the management committee members or from the backroom staff or from the coaches. So I know that what Iraola is saying is true. So once he keeps his head down and works hard, he will have opportunities. And the reason I'm confident that this will work out for Semenyo is that, yes, he may not be the favourites for that left wing position, but on the right, I think he's number one. He may not walk into the team immediately because he needs to get used to the team. He needs to understand what the manager wants from Pep, from him. And we also need to understand that he has walked into the middle of a title challenge.
Yeah.
The priority will be what wins for Man City. That means there are going to be games where Semenyo has to sit on the bench. And I think there may be a number of that in the first month. Right? In the first month, between now and the second week of February, I expect that he would observe more, he would listen more, he will learn more before he gets trusted with minutes. But you don't sign that kind of quality mid-season and think of him as a bit part role player. I think City have signed him as someone who they think can be significant in their quest for the title. As far as the options are concerned, what are City's right-wing options? Savinho is out for, Pep Guardiola said he could be out for 2 months. That means Semenyo's main competition on the right wing will be the few times Pep wants to play Ryan Sheki there, the few times Pep wants to play Phil Foden there, or the other young players who have been promoted through into the team. But as far as a natural fit for a right winger is concerned, Semenyo is the guy. He is true to type. He's not someone that you are trying to shoehorn into that position. No, he's got the skill sets, he's got the profile, and if you look at his goal contributions from Bournemouth alone, that gives him the credibility for Pep to want to try to trust him. So he will get opportunities, maybe not from the get-go, but he will get opportunities, and if he takes those opportunities, look, the sky could be the limit for him, because this is what every young Ghanaian player who's playing in Europe will dream of. That a big club, working under a manager like Pep Guardiola and all of that. So for me, it's a move that I absolutely bless.
Somebody just sent a message about your translation.
Why did he send it 3 times?
No, relax. He wanted to emphasize. He said there's the way you explain the Semenyo. He said there's a problem with the way you broke down the thing. He said that the thing se is God. I thought Mawu is God, but they said se is God.
There are dialects within the language, so there are those.
So here he says se is God. So Semenyo literally mean that being in God is good. Being in God is good. And he also said, my destiny is good. You know what? We'll take the two.
No, hang on. This probably his translation is a direct translation of his local parlance.
Of his dialects.
Yeah, Adam, the one who sent it.
So he tried to translate it verbatim. So I'm sure that's why it is like that.
But all is good, because if being in God is good, my destiny is also good. No, being in God is good, so my destiny is good. It's simple. That's Semenyo. We'll take it like that. Yeah. We'll take it like that.
But
Yeah.
I know set means destiny.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take it like that. After that, you don't know any. Do you know what this means?
It has been translated, so now we know it. Before it was translated, I didn't know who was.
Who was
No,
that?
did you know? No, I knew Nyo, which is good.
Yeah.
All right, but the Semeno
Now, the Antoine is what?
is what?
Antoine is what?
Antoine is Antoine. All right.
I nearly said Antoine is English for Anthony.
Antoine is Antoine. Yeah, man. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, great. But let's progress. Let's progress on how. And Daniel, I just want to pick your thoughts on, because I should make the point. The reason why Pep is getting Antoine Semenyo is because he wants him to help him, especially with the title race. Of course, they got the Champions League; they're still playing, but the title race in particular. Do you think this will be enough? Of course, we understand they are also looking at the possibility of signing Maguire from Crystal Palace. But in terms of Semenyo's addition to Manchester City, do you think this will be enough to pile the pressure on Arsenal and potentially even win the league?
Look, it's up to City. I really, at the start of the season, I didn't fancy them. I still don't fancy them to win the title. Why? Because if you've known Manchester City over the past 9 years under Pep Guardiola, you would know that this is the part of the season where their ruthlessness actually comes out.
Fent has just joined us from Morocco, and he's in the picture where it's Yao. And they are smiling. We don't know why they are smiling. They're just tuning in and they are...
Who put these two people together?
And they are smiling. Let me see if I can pick their sound. I'm not sure if I can pick their sound from here. Fent, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Or
No, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Ask friends why he's wearing sunglasses in this weather.
They are not sunglasses. They are photochromic glasses.
Let him answer. Wait,
No, relax. Danike has just educated you.
No, let him answer.
The guy they wear this thing all the time. You know they say they wear this thing all the time.
all right, let's just let's speak here. I'm sure they are getting ready to get into the stadium. Fent, I mean, where are you at the moment? And we could see a lot of people. It does appear they are.
First of all, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, it's quite okay. It's not too clear, but I think we might just be able to manage it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in the street. Very, very loud. Ghana before they go to the stadium. It's basically more or less like one common set.
Well, Fent, if you can hear me, I think we cannot hear you. The sound is terrible.
Sure.
Yeah, we can hear you. Maybe we understand the Bluetooth or something like that. If you want to, not too sure what the issue is, but yeah. Great. So Daniel, just land on your point, and then we'll work.
Yeah, I was saying it's up to Manchester City. We know that their ruthlessness comes out, especially in the second half of the season, where they can string 7, 8, 10 games in a row winning. But this time around,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you now. You can go on.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So I was saying that I'm in a place called Rabat Medina. It's a square. It's also a train station. More like maybe I don't know, maybe Independence Square. But a lot of fans usually gather here before they make their way to the stadium, and then after the game, this is where a lot of them come together to celebrate. So you can see there's a lot of activity around and behind me as fans try to get ready to head to the stadium for that game between Morocco and Cameroon. Kickoff time is at 8 p.m. local time. So it's the second game, second quarterfinal game of today. And as you can tell, it's 3 p.m. local time, and already lots of people in Moroccan colors, lots of television crew members here doing interviews as well. So you can tell that this place is a very busy place, and if you want to shoot color, if you want interviews of excited fans, people taking selfies, this is usually the place where you can come to and then talk to a lot of fans. And lots of them are Moroccan fans, obviously, preparing for that game later this evening. I got here on Wednesday afternoon, and from then on, you could tell it's crazy because there is a lot of apprehension in the air. There are lots of Moroccan fans who suspect that Cameroon might have a trick or two up their sleeve, and they have reason to be very worried, aren't they? Because Cameroon, no other country has a better record of knocking out the host nation than Cameroon. And the Moroccan fans seem to be wildly aware of this fact. And so when you speak to a lot of them, there isn't a great sense of confidence among the fans that they could actually scale this one. But I think it's fair to say that, you know, there's also some sort of cautious optimism among the Moroccan fans that perhaps this could be the year where they could go all the way. As good a team as they have, we know that Cameroon has not reached the semi-finals of an AFCON since 2004. And that's a very long time for a team that has been so good in recent years. And for how much investment they've made into their football everywhere around the city, you see pitches, what have you. Their clubs have been dominant in Africa. To not have made the last four of an AFCON in 24 years seems almost unforgivable. And so I think that's mostly what many people here are very much aware of and want to change that particular fact. So I think by and large, it is possible for us to even speak to some Moroccan fans here, because a lot of people, the moment they see the camera, everybody wants to get into the camera. I'm not exactly sure well, they are so excited to be in front of the camera, but trust me, Musbao, it's a very lively atmosphere here, and I have to say the weather hasn't been very.
Well, all right. I think we've lost Fen briefly there. We'll try and reconnect with him. And
You've lost him.
Juju.
No, you say you've lost him.
Yeah, I thought we lost him briefly, isn't it? Or what happened?
Lost him, you said.
But we lost him. I think the connection is off.
You end people's lives just like that on radio.
Oh, goodness. Do we have
That's way
That's what they do. This guy and the morning show hosts. Oh, we've lost honorable.
Unfortunately, we've lost.
The interview will be going on. There you hear coon. Then the next minute, we've lost honorable.
I mean, anyway, great. We're all excited about Antoine Semenyo and what he's going to do. But let's just switch to the AFCON now. I think Fent.
Oh no, there's a critical question you didn't ask. Either Danike or Achu should tackle it. What does it add to Man City that they don't have?
That's why I said they don't have a natural right winger in the squad. Now Semenyo is out 2 months. Even when he was fit, he was a player they wanted to ship out to Spurs, and that deal fell through at the last minute. Semenyo is the one natural right winger that they have got who's actually performing this season in the Premier League, and I don't see unless he gets his minutes and he doesn't take it. And the timing of it also means that when he gets the opportunity, he has to grab it because they are in the middle of a title contest. They will not put his personal development at the expense or before the team's results. It's just what it is. Yeah. But I think he will get minutes.
Yeah. All right.
You're standing by the police office.
All right, Fen.
The police office.
All right, Fen, you're back, right? All right, Fen, if you can hear me, you mentioned you were trying to talk to some fans, and if we can hear them also, have you got some that you want to hear from them briefly just before we let you go?
Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, let's start.
Hello, fans. Are you ready to interact with some of the fans now?
No. Yeah.
All right, so we'll see. We'll see if Fen can hear us clearly. We can hear his sound, but we're not able to hear him. All right, Mufta, you want to touch a bit on that? Do you think he's surplus requirement? Do you think?
No, I don't think so. His dexterity makes him one of a kind of a footballer. I'm not sure if there are many players in the world who have got the ability with both right foot and left foot like Antoine Semenyo. And this season, if you are looking at players, in fact 2025, 2026, he ranks second behind Erling Haaland, right? So he's actually someone that Pep Guardiola believes is going to add a bite to his setup. A player who is going.
I think the Brentford guy has more goals.
He got Thiago.
He got Thiago.
Yeah.
So clearly, Antoine Semenyo is one player who is going to add a lot to this Manchester City setup. Whether you put him right, left, middle, he's going to be a key player for Manchester City, and hopefully he will get a minute. He will take them, as Achua has mentioned, and he will deliver. If he delivers, the success is for Ghana, because definitely we would expect him to translate that at the FIFA World Cup, where we will be hopeful that the Black Stars will have a very good performance after the horrendous last 3 tournaments that the team has had.
Okay, great. Fred, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, great. What are they doing there? Are they singing and dancing? Is that what's happening, or they are just?
They are singing Jama Football. They are singing Jama. Then the planting is go back there, leaving the Jama there. That's his brother. That is his brother. Papa. He talk like they no pay the guy, so he dey drum them still like he interest no day like that. Anyway, yeah. So like I was saying, this is a much clearer view for those watching of what the square looks like. The sort of activity that I spoke about, quite a number of people here gathered, lots of them doing television interviews, a lot of them in Moroccan colors, obviously, as they get ready for the game. As I was talking about, you know, I spoke to a couple of fans earlier in our interaction, and lots of them seem to be cautiously optimistic that it is possible that they could get a win today, but they're also very much aware of the record that Cameroon has against host nations. So it's not an overwhelming confidence among the Moroccan fans. However, I think that one thing that you cannot discount is how much support Morocco will have inside the stadium. As at yesterday, we were speaking to some fans. As we walked through the street, there were some fans that wanted to, that were asking us about a ticket, and some people were willing to pay as much as $400 for a ticket to get to the Morocco game, and they thought that we might be in a position to have tickets to sell to them. But obviously, we didn't have any such tickets. So you can tell that there's no lack of interest in this game. And I think for the interest of the competition, it might be very important that the host nation goes as far as in this competition, perhaps to the semi-finals. Other than that, it will be interesting to see how the rest of the competition shapes up. And this support here, to be fair, is not just only in this city, because today's other game in Tangier should have a massive support. Mali against Senegal. Senegal have been there from the very beginning of the competition. And they've not played a single game outside of Tangier since they came. They've had enormous support. Sadio Mane spoke to the media. The CAF media yesterday spoke about the importance of making that place a home. So that first semi-final between Mali and Senegal should set the tone for how the rest of the day should go. But I think for a lot of Moroccan fans, they don't really care much about how that result pans out. What they care most about is what would happen tonight at 8 p.m. when Morocco take on Cameroon in the quarterfinals at the Prince Abdallah Moulay Stadium. Let me try and see if I can speak to a couple of fans here. Hi, Morocco. Any of you speak English?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. How do you think the game is going to go today?
We're gonna smash Cameroon.
You're smashing Cameroon?
We're gonna smash Cameroon.
Where are you from? What are you predicting? Ghana.
Ghana,
Yes.
You're not in this match.
We are not in this match. You smash them.
Match, we're gonna pass, we're gonna win.
And what's your prediction? What's your...
Sean.
Yeah.
2-1.
2-1?
No, that's smash.
But that's not a smash.
Smash, but only 2-1.
Oh,
Only. Yeah.
Morocco, Cameroon 0.
2-0.
0.
2-0. Okay. So, quite a number of... 2-1.
2-1.
You're confident?
Morocco 2-1.
3-1. Okay. So, I'm not exactly sure that I was expecting any Moroccan to predict otherwise, but yeah. Danny K, I think I spotted Habibi. Papa.
You see how
You saw Papa.
I saw her.
Yeah. So, like I said, you're Moroccan.
Moroccan.
Yeah. What's your prediction for today's game? Yeah, what's your prediction? Score. 3-0. 3-0.
Come d'habitude.
Okay, 3-0.
2-0.
Okay, Morocco.
Yes, double.
Okay, 2-0. Yes.
Double you, my double.
Okay, do it. Okay, 2. Alright.
Cameroon 3.
Cameroon 3.
Morocco 2.
Morocco 0. Where you from? Oh, 2. 3-2.
3-2.
Where are you from? Huh?
Guess where you're from?
Morocco. Oh, Morocco.
Inshallah. 2-1. Inshallah. Vive le Maroc.
Okay. Viva Morocco. Okay, so lots of people predicting in favor of Morocco. Some guy there, I think he didn't understand the prediction. He rather said Cameroon 3, Morocco 2. If they catch out, they're going to go with
and he's a Moroccan. He's Moroccan on top of that.
He's a Moroccan. I asked him, where are you from? He said, Morocco, Viva Morocco. And he said, Morocco. He said, Cameroon 3, Morocco 2.
He doesn't want to eat this evening.
I think it should be an exciting game. The other thing that I just need to add is that, like if you've been here I think we've been very lucky, to be honest, because for all of us who have been watching the tournament before today, you realize that it had been raining a lot. Every single match, there were torrential downpour. But I think since we've been here on Wednesday, there's not been single rain. Yes, the weather is cold and chilly, but it's not been raining as much or at all. So I think that sets the perfect tone for a very good evening of football.
But friend,
listen, public transport is one of the things I'm very impressed about here, and I think it's a lesson that Danny K has been here, so he knows what I'm talking about. It's a lesson that we really need to learn. There's no single person here trying to get to the stadium by car. In fact, if you're going to the stadium by car, the last car point before the stadium is probably like 3 kilometers away. So you're going to have to park and walk a massive distance. But if you use the train and you get up, it's only about 300 meters and you are at the stadium. So maybe it's important for us to really consider that public transport, especially rail, because, there is no better way to move around than with rail. And I think it's one of the things that we need to take very seriously. I've been very surprised by the sheer number of pitches around Rabat. Every neighborhood you go to, there is a pitch. Every evening you have parents taking their children to go play on these pitches, and the parents are very supportive. Every single evening you have parents taking kids to these pitches to go and play football. So public space is very important in the way that the Moroccan lifestyle is. So football is very much embedded in the DNA of the children as they grow. And I think that's another lesson we really need to pick, that we need to save a lot of the public play spaces in the communities instead of tearing them all down and converting them into apartment buildings where people don't really live in. We need to protect these public spaces, turn them into public parks where children can have access and play football as often as possible. So I think that is extremely important. Other than that, I think for the rest of the evening, this is a kind of atmosphere we expect until 8 p.m. when we take to the pitch. Whatever happens there tonight, for many Ghanaians, we don't really bother much. But I think for the tournament itself, it could have massive implications for the way the rest of the tournament goes.
All right, Fen, thank you very much. And I'm sure we'll be in touch, hopefully, in the course of the day. That's Fentio joining us from Morocco. Let me come back to the studio now and talk to the guys. And I think if you
Danny K, you see that guy is standing there. He said, "Make I give her my Instagram by force. If I don't give her, I don't go anywhere." So
take him out.
I think says what? I'm wearing sunglasses in the dark. Acquire Krasini pound. He doesn't know that. The photochromic glasses I've been wearing from the very day he met me. In the sun, they turn dark. And in the shade, they become clearer. Then you can tell him.
Are they shock for himself?
So if now that talk, it dawned on you to respond.
No matter. Anyway, so guys, Danny K, right now you see Liam Rafinha.
Massa, this is not the time. Let's focus on serious teams and serious subjects. Now, Liam Rose. Massa.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
No, go and give her your Instagram.
Go give him the Instagram. The guy they stand there the way to you did record.
I for Instagram superstar level.
All right, friends. Thanks so much.
See the
All
train
right.
behind you.
Great. Yeah. I was just making the point that we have a few other. Okay, if we can take Fen off, so that's great. We have a few other things to talk about. I wanted us to touch on the AFCON. I'm not too sure whether we just get into it now, but because, of course, Liam, star boy, fresh boy, superstar, solid guy, new. What are you doing?
Sometimes it depends me saying we put
no.
fans to go
Chelsea
and
has a
go
new manager.
Liam
Rosinia. And
Are you finished the AFCON conversation with that?
No, that's why I'm just trying.
And so let's just do the AFCON. When we
So
finish,
let's
Chelsea.
We'll come to Rose.
We'll come to Rose. No worry.
Okay.
No, we'll spend 15 minutes on Rose. You cannot. I want to start Rose now.
No, it's not just Rose. There's Manchester United also. In the
Okay.
mix. So,
Yes, boss.
don't worry. So yeah, great. But as Fen mentioned today, I think in just under an hour's time, Mali and Senegal will be in action at 4 p.m. The later tonight, you have Cameroon and Morocco also playing. Okay. Well. Danny, let me just start with you. Let's start with the Mali and Senegal game. I think this is going to be a good one. Mali, to be fair,
Zach, before the Mali game, I don't know if you guys picked up on this from last night. CAF changed the match officials for the Morocco Cameroon game.
Really?
Yes.
Even the two matches.
Yes.
Even Nigeria or Algeria, referee was changed.
So the Egyptian referee Amin Omar was supposed to be the center referee for this game, and then Mustafa Gobal of Algeria was supposed to be the VAR, but they have replaced them after an official complaint by the Moroccan FA. So Dahan Beida is going to take charge of that game, and our own Daniel Lai.
Dahan Beida is from where?
Dahan Beida is from Mauritania, yes, and our own Daniel Lai.
So why on VAR?
On VAR, yes. Okay. So those were the two changes that they made, and it puts unnecessary pressure on the two of them, because right now any decision will be viewed through the lens of Morocco's complaints and whether or not they were brought in to do the bidding of Morocco.
Well, that's
but when those complaints are before CAF will change it, the other team is also who are they facing? Cameroon also have to agree.
But Eto's position is that they were not notified; they were just informed of the changes.
So the thing was that per the media reports that emerged earlier, they had said that Morocco filed a complaint and they went and made the changes without notifying Cameroon.
They only told them after the decision had been made.
In fact, even the changes, when the media started reporting the changes, Cameroon got to know of the changes through media. That was when they went to CAF, and CAF now confirmed that indeed there were changes to the officials. So
I mean that's not too
it's
fair.
indeed going to invite lots of pressure on our very own Daniel Lai.
But you see, I don't know. There's a cheap proverb like that. You say "Abuabi beede, obiwa no ede."
Abuabi beka on the front.
That you say "Abuabi wa no." When an animal is come to die, he's no pray. Abuabi wa no pray.
So Morocco they can't die.
You see, our grandfathers always have a way to explain things. You are going to change VR referees and all. When Tanzania boy,
but sometimes I believe CAF should stamp their authority on some of these things.
Yeah,
because you have a referee committee that decides who officiates which match, and when they decide and someone decides to raise concerns and you make changes, I don't think it is fair. I don't think that should be condoned.
But is it the case that countries or teams do not have the right to protest?
So what is your reason for protesting? Why are you protesting?
Well, obviously,
you believe that because the said official isn't going to be fair.
Exactly. That's
no, because yesterday.
Do you have any history with that official? Simply because the referee is an Egyptian, you think that he wouldn't be fair? And that's why sometimes it's important that officials who are allowed to officiate some of these matches, they officiate from the perspective of from the position of their country no longer being part of the tournament.
Yeah.
When that happens, you cannot say that decisions will be taken so that maybe
your country benefits
or something.
Also, if you are going to make changes, at least I think yesterday the statements CAF put the tweets they made, it should clarify why the changes were made, so that it kills any speculation.
In fact, even from the beginning of the tournament, CAF rarely published the list of officials for matches. So it was kind of weird that they went and published that. People were reporting.
But I think we also appreciate the influence Morocco has got on CAF.
Obviously,
You know,
And
and
that is
explains why they can easily have their
And
way.
that's why some of these decisions shouldn't be accepted. You've become so subservient to Morocco. Is that what it means?
Cameroon will score them. They all this thing.
But even the Algeria referee too was changed. Yes.
But that one we don't know whether it was.
No, apparently they claimed that Algerians protested.
Oh, really?
And then even the president of Nigeria FA, Gassar was not happy about that decision. Yes. So some of these things, you don't.
Yeah, we do. I think you do understand that. Yeah, the referees
keep saying that
referees play a role.
Issa Hayatou
A red card, a yellow
stronger
card,
than it
a
is
penalty
today.
decision can, of course, change a lot in a game. But Charlie, yeah, show 3 and if you more will be red card. Yeah, show.
You see,
Yeah, show.
1, 2, someone will hit a ball from 30 yards, it enters. You cannot block, you cannot score. So what did the referee do for you to lose? That's the point.
But Morocco themselves, if you look at this tournament, I think even you can understand why they're even making some of these moves. The team itself has not been impressive in this tournament.
No, you see, the thing is, Morocco are well within their rights to protest.
Yeah.
But for me, if CAF is going through with the changes, then it's even an indictment on CAF, because you're essentially telling me that the referees, the cream of the crop, the top referees on the continent that you've brought to officiate this competition, you yourself, you don't trust them.
And you're talking about referees that you have settled on for the quarterfinals.
The basic rule is that club football, if you support a team, you will not ref their matches. International football, if you come from a country, you will not officiate their matches. That's the basic thing. Aside that, it is referees they even have their seedings. So as the competition is going, the top seeds will remain, the Sankwas ones will go home. That's how it is. So the top referees that are left, you've reached a quarter-final, you're telling me that the referees that are left in the last 4 matches of the competition, you don't trust them. So somebody has come to complain that you are changing the thing. It doesn't look good on CAF.
So the Egyptian ref, Omano, will he now be trusted to officiate any other game?
Because any other country can go and raise the same
So he can't
concern.
ref a Morocco game. He can't ref an Egypt game. So he's left with the other 2 games. So if the other countries also say they don't trust him, then what happens?
And no one has really established why he is not trusted to. In fact, he and the Algerian VAR.
And the thing is, if he's removed from the competition altogether, for me, I understand. Maybe something has gone on. CAF don't want to. But if you reassign him, what are you telling us?
Yeah. If he's not good for Morocco,
Then
why
he's
is
good
he
for who?
Why is he good for Mali versus Senegal?
A shock. All the Senegal score them.
And I make no. I be no
If you want,
no pray. But I think on the field of play though, it's going to be a good game.
You see, my issue is just with CAF.
No, me, I don't want Morocco to win. So me, if
you don't want the host nation to win.
Why should I want Morocco to win?
Why?
Why should there are 8 teams in the competition? Me, I don't want one to win. I ask him
why.
I mean, you many times.
No,
why
that's
well, I just don't want Morocco to win.
And because it was host nation, they went on.
Yeah, that one I was happy. But Morocco, I don't want them to win.
What about the Mali Senegal game?
That'll be a tough one.
But Mali has not been good, Charlie.
Well, they've not been good, but they've been difficult to beat.
Okay.
Yes, and in competitions, look, we saw with Senegal in the last edition. We all expected them to beat Cote d'Ivoire. That was Faye's first game in charge. He frustrated them and took them to penalties and then won. When it's knockout football, you don't want to face that team that is difficult to break down, because they can force the game. And you see, as the game goes on, there's always a chance to score. Diego Simeone will tell you, own goal can buy, penalty can buy, set piece, free kick. A goal can come from anywhere. But when you are difficult to break down against a team that essentially likes to open up, and that is Senegal, they open up, they play some nice expansive football. They open up with passing here, cross field pass, nice one, flicks and tricks. But Mali are very stubborn. Under that, their head coach, Thompson, the ones that Ghanaians say they want. You don't like one goal project, but you want Thompson fit. But that's okay. You look at the competition. Penalty song. penalties on, and the penalties to no, the Sinayoko guy, the penalties not like the penalties to are convinced no. One will pass under the goalkeeper's armpits, one the keeper attaches more the thing, and the guy no. But the bottom line is the goal no is coming. You see, the frustrated Morocco in the last one they faced Tunisia.
Yeah,
frustrated Tunisia, and they got
Went
a
to
red
penalties.
card in the first half. Mali got a red card in the first half, and we're still able to hold on and on and on and on and on, and then eventually they won the game on penalties. So these are the kind of teams you don't want to face. So for Senegal, the way they've done it throughout this competition, starting well, make it quick and painless. First half, get that goal, force Mali to come at you, then you can add the second or the third. But if you start slowly and the Malians set up nicely and they are blocking your shots and you are struggling to create chances, you will be there. No handball, Sinayoko, ide inside. The Mali have progressed. But Mali, I don't like the football they are playing. Like normally I like that type of football, but Thompson Fati they vex me, and then Mali today they vex me. So I want Senegal.
It's actually the reason why I don't want Mali to go.
Really, I want Senegal to
why is it I am Black Stars job when you have a job?
I don't like the guy is not principled, because if it was a Black Stars manager who was doing well and was telling us that he wanted another job, we will not be happy. So me, I'm a man of principle. I don't like that. Yeah, we shouldn't give him the job.
Well, I mean, just talking about Mali, you mentioned the first game against Morocco was 1-1. It ended against Mali, goalless. Then against Tunisia. I think the first game was against Zambia, rather. They played 1-1. Against Morocco, 1-1. Then against Comoros, goalless.
Draw song.
Round of 16, 1-1. They went to penalties and they won.
Draw song.
You know what the guy said? The guy said, you don't need to win again.
You don't need to.
He said, you don't need to win again.
He can win the AFCON without winning again.
Yeah. But what rule is there that says you have to win? You don't need to win.
It's bad vibes.
Wait too. Black Queens, the last AFCON that they went to they finished third in the competition. Not be one match better than win.
But they won a game at least.
They won only one match.
Yeah, but they won.
Only one match, but they finished third.
But they won.
There were teams that went out in the quarterfinal who won 2-3. You at the end when the ref does PPP win, you don't need to win by score. Penalties is a win. You can win.
But Mali, I didn't really get here via penalty shooter.
Yeah, that's
4
what
draws
in the round of quarterfinals. In the round of 16.
4 solid draws.
In 90 minutes, they've drawn all of their games. It's been crazy. But tomorrow also, after the game, the Senegal-Mali game and the Cameroon-Morocco game today, tomorrow there's Algeria and Nigeria, and there's Egypt and Ivory Coast. Let's start with the Algeria and Nigeria game. I mean, Riyad Mahrez was speaking at the pre-game presser, and he said, look, there's pressure on them to win a game against Nigeria. He said there's pressure on them, not just to win against Nigeria, but even to win the AFCON. He said there's so much pressure on them. Likewise, Nigeria, there is pressure on them. But here we are, Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman. One is complaining that the pass was not given to him, even after he has scored 2 goals. Some said it shows a competitiveness in the team, the competitive spirit, and it is good. Passion is good. But some said this might destroy the team if you're not able to tame the egos.
If it destroys the team, then the coach and all the players in that team, they are not serious.
Really?
If this thing, 2 players, why didn't you pass me the ball? If this thing is spoiling, then they are not serious. Because the training before they came, somebody fought. The training before to somebody fought. If you've ever watched football training, when competitive top level players are playing, they complain. It's normal. It's very, very normal.
Why is Lawrence disturbing our show today?
And he knows that we are on air.
Lawrence Bedu.
And he knows that we are on air, but he's calling.
I thought that was your wife calling.
No. She knows I'm on air.
She will not do that.
Yeah.
It's only Lawrence who do. It's a single people who they just call by heart. They are not serious.
See what I tried to say. I say that Achu called by heart.
Achu is not single.
We are Ashok. Ashok. See, I don't think it will worry him. You've seen this thing.
Just coming on this the Nigeria situation, and in fact, you have been speaking with Collins. Is it Udo?
Udo,
yeah, he has been following that story. You share with us what he has picked up from the camp.
What the money issues, no?
Yeah, and there is the money issues also.
Oh, it won't affect anything.
Really?
See,
we saw Black Stars.
Our players. This is not North African team, so this is who we are. Like, we allow issues to spiral out of control. We don't manage things. We make promises to our players and we break the promises. The players know it. If they don't win tomorrow, it won't be because of this money situation. They know the people they are dealing with. If they had any faith in the people they are dealing with, they would not have been in this situation. I mean, they would not have even threatened that if you don't pay me, this is the last resort to them. And the players know themselves that they can put it behind them and go onto the pitch and get the results. However, that is not to say that this is right. That is not to say that this is... You see, we have this attitude of, let's just wing it. When it comes to football and football players, let's wing it, hand to mouth. Like, yeah, when we get the money, we'll pay. But there's no deliberate attempt to ensure that there is a system that keeps money running through so that you honor all of your service providers, the contracts that national team coaches have signed. In Ghana, it is the same. But people are doing free national service as national team coaches.
Sure. Yeah.
Our youth national team coaches, we don't pay them. It's only the Black Queens and the Black Stars coaches who are paid. So what happened there? It could easily happen to a Black Starlet at a major tournament. The coach could get tap one day and say, you know what, all of this is not even worth it. This is not, even for us Ghanaians, we've experienced this in the middle of a tournament before. Mali 2002, the whole Sami Kufuor issue. It just perhaps did not blow up to that scale. But it was big enough
for Brazil 2014.
Well, at least so the younger generation can remember that. This is who we are as Africans, and in both cases it happens because the
yes, no, relax. That is said when he said the younger generation. Hey, you feel say you grow, eh? You don't get to know it. Zach, watch my face. I just have to say grow. Younger generation. That grow. You say the younger generation. 2014, 2014, say younger generation. 12 years ago, he said, younger generation. The younger generation can remember that.
The stories are too similar. All the governments, they run the national teams from Nigeria's equivalent of the consolidated fund. So just like the Black Stars here, when the Black Stars need money, it's the consolidated fund. There is no sports fund in Ghana that has money in it. Yes, I know that the new government is trying to operationalize one, but till this point, that is the case.
But this Nigeria team, though, if you look at the squad they've got, how well they've done so far in this tournament, do you see them going all the way? And even
I think they
because Algeria themselves, they've been phenomenal in this tournament. They are yet to lose. They won all of the they had a perfect record in the group stage.
So this meeting is 5 titles between the two of them, and also the only 2 teams in the tournament who have won every game. Yeah. Now Eric Shell yesterday marked 1 year in charge. Out of 16 games, he's won 10, drawn 5, and lost just once. Scored 34 goals, and his team has conceded 15 goals in that time. That's a pretty decent record.
And that one loss was a friendly game.
Yeah, but in competitive games, like Daniel indicated, they've not lost a game. In this tournament, however, I think
but they lost to DR Congo, didn't they?
No, it was
not in.
You don't consider the friendly sample.
That playoff game.
No, I think that happened in extra time.
Extra time.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Great.
Extra time games are not reflected as well.
From the Tunisia game, the tweak that he made made me sit down and pay attention and say, this guy knows what he's doing. So he took out Samuel Chukwueze, and then he brought in Frank the Tank, Onyeka. So he had Onyeka, Ndidi, and then Iwobi, and I think Lukman. So he had this diamond midfield. And the sort of protection he's given them since then it's just been remarkable to watch. My only concern with Nigeria is that they commit a lot of fouls. They've committed the most fouls in the tournament. That's 70 in just the 4 games that they have played. If they don't give away too many free kicks closer to the box in the areas that they could be punished, I think it's a 50-50 game, and they have got more match winners in them than the Algerian team, and I think they are favorites for this one.
I mean, so far in this tournament, they've conceded what? Looking at it, how many goals? 1 against Tanzania, 2 against Tunisia. 1 against Uganda, and they kept the clean sheet against Mozambique. The Mozambique game was flawless. It was a flawless game.
They do concede, and for a team looking to win the tournament, they concede more than you'd like. But what they do at the other end of the pitch is why a lot of people would not be
This,
worried.
this is best defense
Yeah.
against best attack.
Mm.
Scored 4. The Tunisia game scored how many? 3.
Yeah.
Then they did
4 against Mozambique.
4 against Mozambique. So yeah, it's best defense against best attack. I think
Yeah.
the second highest scorers are Senegal. I think
Yeah, because like you mentioned, Algeria, they've conceded just one so far in this tournament.
just one goal.
First game 3 goals to nil against Sudan. Then against Burkina Faso, they won by a goal to nil. Then against Equatorial Guinea 3-1. Then against DR Congo, 1 goal to nil. In fact, that DR Congo game was tough, really tough. And on any day, if it was Nigeria themselves who were facing DR Congo, they were going to have a difficult challenge like the Algerians did. Yeah. And I think how they were able to dig deep, and win that game, it only gives signs that, look, yeah, Algeria is a team to watch. But then you've got the Ivory Coast game also coming up tomorrow, late in the evening. And, of course, Ivory Coast themselves, they are playing Egypt. That's a tough one.
That's the game.
That's a big
That's
one.
a final before the final.
Really? You think one of them is going to be in the final?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I think Ivory Coast has been the best team in the competition.
Yeah.
In terms of balance. Yes, the last game they had to do the comeback, but that was they changed almost the entire team. But still, the team B were able to make the comeback and win. Offensively, they are brilliant. Even before the competition, if you look at their defensive record before the competition, brilliant. They know how to keep teams at bay. Egypt themselves, when they get to this point in the competition, beware. The Egyptians really know how to navigate knockout rounds. And traditionally, if you look at the last time these teams met in an AFCON knockout round, was the competition in Cameroon, where the game, I think it went all the way to penalties. Egypt won, and then Egypt ended up reaching the final against Senegal. So, for me, when these two teams meet in the knockout rounds, one of them is going to get to the final. It's almost always like that. As to whether the team that gets to the final will win, that's another thing. But they've had some meetings in the past where the winner will always get. Obviously, if you meet in the semi-final and you win, you are going to the final. But in other competitions, as I've mentioned, I think it was a round of 16 in the Cameroon 2021. They met. That was Zaha's first AFCON for they met, and then Egypt ended up winning, and then they went to the final and lost to Senegal. But I genuinely think that one of these two teams will reach the final. I'm hoping that it will be Egypt, but we just wait to see.
I actually want to touch on that Egypt game. For Egypt themselves, there's a lot of pressure on them to win the AFCON. Maybe it explains why Morocco is doing the protest. Yes, Salah. That's fair. Maybe he explains why Morocco is doing the protest over there. You know, explains why they're doing the protest on the Egyptian official there. But there's pressure on Salah, and we got the sense that even the Egyptian team, recognizing the pressure on Salah, have decided that, look, we want to play and help Salah to win the trophy like the Argentines did for Lionel Messi.
But Hosam Hassan has not platformed this team well enough. And that has been my concern. So if you look back to the first game they played, no disrespect to Imam Ashour, fine player, started the year well with Ali, but I didn't think he had to start. And it took all of just 32 minutes for him to rectify that mistake in taking him off, because it was a disaster. Then you have how he's...
Was Ashour's performance a disaster, or the tactically was a disaster?
Tactically was a disaster. He didn't need the guy for that game. I felt that if you look at that the forward options that he had, playing Imam Ashour closer to goal, and then especially Imam Ashour, Omar Mamouche, and then Mustafa Mohamed keeping Salah out wide, for me was a no-brainer. It didn't make sense. Playing Salah central. You said no. There was
Trezeguet was on the left. Ashour was behind Mamouche, and Salah was on the right.
Yes, that was it. It didn't make sense to me. Salah up front and closer to goal is a no-brainer. He's your best finisher. And by the end of the first half, the stats from that game showed us why Salah needed to, because he had created 4 chances and they had missed all of them. You see, and then you played Ashour in a position where he could not give you what you...
Yeah, but when Ashour was taken off and Mustafa Mohamed came on, Salah still didn't come into the... Salah always plays on the right.
But that's the point I'm making, that the idea that because he has players who he thinks can give him goals, and so those guys should stay central and then you keep Salah out wide, it may come back to bite them. Because ultimately, if you look at where Salah has done the damage when he has scored, it has been from central areas and closer to the box.
Yeah, that's because Salah has liberty to move from the right into the middle. That's Mohamed Salah.
But it has often been in the game states where they have tried and tried again, and Salah feels, I need to take the matters into my own hands. And so he tries to force, the issue comes in, and he does the job. I'm just saying that against Ivory Coast, fine margins. It should not get to that point, because by that time, Ivory Coast could be leading. And then that goal that under different circumstances should have been your cushioning or the goal that gives you the lead now becomes the leveler. And you leave yourself with too much to do, because if you look at the way the Ivorians are playing, look, Yan Diamande and Ahmad on those flanks, they are killers. Sometimes they miss chances, but they are missing chances in games where the team is scoring 2, scoring 3. In a knockout competition, that is a big deal, because typically teams don't concede that many chances. But against Cote d'Ivoire, they are making everyone look subpar. Mm-hmm. And they have met some really solid defenses, and yet they still have got the quality. And so, if Hussam does not complicate things with the way he plays, look, this is one of those games where Mamouche should have the humility to accept any role that allows Mohamed Salah to take a more central role position in this team. Same goes for Trezeguet. I will be happy to play even the two of them in wide areas and then play Salah off someone in a more central position. Or
Salah
someone
doesn't do well starting from the middle.
That's why I'm saying off, but closer to the penalty box.
But that's where he plays.
That's where he plays. That's what you see. Salah doesn't hug the touchline.
No.
He comes in from the right, but has liberty to move.
Yes,
in. That's his game.
Yes, but
if you are going to play Salah centrally, like what this guy did when he was in charge of Egypt, what Carlos Queiroz was doing, it will backfire, because he's not good at holding on to the ball. He's not necessarily good with his back to go. So the likes of, that's what Mustafa Mohamed does well, and then feeds in the late runners in Salah and Mamouche. That's what works. But if you're saying Salah should go into the middle,
that's not what I'm
again. They don't have.
I'm saying that
a proper right winger who can hug the touchline.
Yes, he doesn't hug the touchline, but often from the position that he does the damage, he doesn't stay there long enough. You get the point I'm making. The goal that he scored for his very first goal of the tournament, especially, and every other goal that he has scored, not just the goals, but the times when he has come close to scoring, he doesn't stay in those positions long enough, and that is the problem for me. Rather, because he's had to play often Imam Ashaw in that position, or when Mamouche comes central, he cannot stay in those positions because he's already occupied. And so sort out those things, because look, Cote d'Ivoire are not firing blanks in this game. Whether Egypt like it or not, they will concede.
That's a sure thing. First of all, it was tactical. Second of all, Ashaw was the only one he could have taken off, because you can't take off Trezeguet after 33 minutes. You can't take off Mamouche after 33 minutes. But the main culprit in that game was Mamouche. It wasn't even Ashaw. Ashaw had missed one chance, one very difficult chance off the volley, the back post, the one that clipped his shin and went narrowly wide. But in terms of movement and the positions he was picking, it made sense. But the thing is, if you want to bring in a central striker who can now occupy defenders, who is Mustafa Mohamed on the bench, and then shift somebody to play off Mustafa Mohamed, and the options you have Ashaw and Mamouche, it's only a fool who will take off Mamouche and leave Ashaw, the small boy who just burst onto the team. So it made sense. It's like let's put it like Ghana. Let's say 4 years ago, you want to make a substitution. There's Fatai Sahaku, who is the new kid on the block. You will not take off the more experienced member of the squad. Let's say like at the time, let's say Jordan or Dede. After 33 minutes, it's easy to sacrifice the young guy and bring in somebody. So I don't think it was that much of a. You see, if it was a disaster, then it means that Egypt were not creating chances, they were struggling up top. But they were struggling with finishing, not necessarily the chances created. So with the introduction of Mustafa Mohamed, somebody who can occupy defenders and then hold that play, possibly can pin off Mamouche or Salah, then that one you have, first of all, more finishers in the box, more bodies in the box, and then you have a better chance of scoring. Because the Salah winning goal, didn't occupy the central striker's position. He had come in from the right hand side and sort of snuck into the box, and that's what Salah does best. So Mamouche, who was a central striker, had taken the centre backs off. Salah pins himself against the left back, spins, and then the ball is in the back of the net. But I think playing Salah centrally, especially in this game against Cote d'Ivoire, will be brave, because the Ivorian centre backs are big, they are strong. If he's going to play with his back, they will bully him. So it's better for him to maintain his position and play. That Mustafa Mohamed has to play in that game. He has to play in that central, occupy them. He's a nuisance. He's annoying. He's always moving. He will fall. He's like Suarez. He will worry you. He may not score the goal, but he's a constant threat in his movement. And then leave the late runs for the Mamouche and pray that Mamouche has the scoring boots on, because that guy, you see, is my player. Omar Mamouche is my guy, but he can be very frustrating. Like when the finishing is not working, it's not working, and it is that day that you find the best positions and the best chances to score. So for Egypt, obviously they will not create more chances than Cote d'Ivoire in the game, but what works for them is their ruthlessness, especially in the knockout rounds. They'll create that one chance and then they'll score, and they can also be very difficult to break down. And again, I'll just say, for me, that's a match to watch out for in the quarterfinal. It's a final before the final.
Well, a few of you have sent your messages. We'd love to hear from you. What's your prediction? We've got Mali, Senegal today, and we've got Morocco, Cameroon today. What is your prediction? Send it to us on 055 1111 997. I want to say a very big thank you to Western Union. They are, supporting us to bring you a game plan today. And also we've got Betway, and the Betway influencer is also active. All you need to do is just, place your bet and share your codes with your friends and your fans and your followers. And if they place the bet using your code, you earn 4% of their wager. So you're not just making money as you place your own bets, you also share your code. You make money when people use your code and also place bets. So that is also happening. Litina Travel and Tours. Litina Travels. Litina Travels. Litina Travels. Auntie Litina.
Ow. Sweet Liti.
Chale.
Reliable Liti.
Canada Muliti.
Trustworthy Liti.
Mexico Muliti.
USA Muliti.
Chale. Oba. Hey, Liti. Liti. Liti Atabai.
Lititious Liti.
Charlie, we are flying on the wings of Litina Travels. Hey, Litina Travels. So what, Charlie? No, solids. Don't stress. Don't stress and go and find some, Sanquas, as Daniel will say, travel and tours agencies, and they will disturb your life. Go to Litina. Go to Litina. Go to Litina Travels. They will sort you out. All right. A few of the messages have come through. Okay. Hey, people were trying to also try and get at you. Someone said, say means both God and destiny. So both translations are correct. Okay, yeah. I even said that. Make I say a fatuni now. This one says, good afternoon, sir.
There's a third, Charlie, she did form. There's a third explanation that she added. That
say also means Lord. Yes. Yeah. What do you mean by Charlie? We are reading messages. You are looking at profile picture. Daniel.
How did he know that?
He said he did for.
It's true.
Because when he messages,
I saw the message didn't come with the name. So when he said she, I was wondering where.
I knew where his eyes were.
I'm just observant.
No. Yes. Don't do that. Yeah. This one says, good afternoon. So I hope you're doing well. I'm reaching up. Okay. Yeah, right. No wahala. All right, we'll read it and we'll see how we can. I don't think Semenyo to Man City is good. You didn't give a reason. You just said it. Okay, no problem. Thank you for your message. This one says, yeah, Kudus is injured. Said Kudus threatening injury should send a strong signal to Otto Addo and the management team to do what is needful before the Germany 2006 World Cup. We had the late coach Sam Ade and his team doing very serious scouting to support the team. We really need a large pool of players who are as good as our regular players or even better in order to reduce our headache in selecting players capable of making a meaningful impact at the World Cup later this year. Prosper from back home and sent that. We know Kudus is injured. We understand he's going to be back sometime in April. And he's going to miss the Black Star friendly against Germany. And April means that's almost like the end of the season, basically. I mean, man, it's tough.
There are at least 3 Premier League games in May. End of April there will be like 2. So if he comes back, he can play like 5. Yes, on 4 or 5 games. We are okay. Warm him up for the World Cup.
Yeah, hopefully he recovers soon. Okay, so yeah, that's the situation with Mohamed Kudus. Another update has to do with Manchester United. They've got an interim caretaker manager in Darren Fletcher. He managed their game against Burnley. That was, I think, on Tuesday, I believe, or Wednesday, rather. I think Wednesday they drew 2-2, but they're still talking about who is likely to be the interim manager till the end of the season. Oleg and Associate is in the mix, and Carrick is also in the mix. As far as their substantive managers is concerned, we've heard about Gary Southgate. We also heard about Thomas Tuchel, and there's a talk about Xavi and all of that. Not too sure what the future looks like for Manchester United. For Chelsea, they have, quickly fixed their situation. Enzo Maresca is out. Liam Rossignol is in. Sharp. We don't delay. No delay. He's already on, if you've seen visuals of him when he led the training session yesterday. Neto. Estaval, Charlie. The guy is solid. He's solid. Correct guy. British-born Sierra Leonean. Sharp. Solid. Afa. Connection here deep. But let me start with Daniel on Manchester United. Charlie, who do you want to manage United for the rest of the season?
A human being. I don't know.
What is shocking to you?
Because no. Look, the options available, I don't like any of them.
Really? Oh, for the rest of the season?
Oh, but only we know him. Carrick, we know him.
No, but it's for the rest of the season. You need somebody at least, temporary fix, sort of. Other than that, who are you going to get?
Fletcher, we know him. And I'm saying I don't like any of them. So I don't have a suggestion. It has reached the point where whoever do appoint will take it like that.
But because some have said that the Rubin in sacking, it wasn't because of his performance, it was because of what he said after the draw against Leeds United.
Wait, so you look at the performance and you tell me that it wasn't because of the performance?
It's because he was arguing whether he's a head coach or he's a manager, and he's doing it, in front of the press.
So after having a win percentage as a Man United manager of 38%,
that's one. You couldn't even get to.
Oh no, the total all the matches 38% win rate as Man United manager. You, Zach, you are telling me that when you look at that, it's not
when you look at his performance so far this season. At the time you were sacking him, you were sit in the standings. You were still about
sit. At the time they were sacking him, he was 4 points away from 14th.
Yeah, but he was also was it about 6 points away from the top 4? He's there.
Yes, yeah. But you see, this one is mathematics. Yeah, it's maths and experience. Last season, where did he finish? 15th. This season, as at the time of his sacking, he was 6th.
Yeah.
If you were looking at it and the way he was playing, facing the worst teams, away teams in the Premier League between the late November and early January, not winning a single game. Bournemouth, Newcastle, Everton, Wolves all came to Old Trafford and took something. West Ham. In fact, 5 of these teams all came to Old Trafford and took something. When you are watching, this was the easiest fixture period Man United have got this season. It won't come again. It won't come again. When you look at this period and you are assessing based on this period, would you genuinely tell me that you felt he was closer to going up 5th, 4th, 3rd than backwards? You can't tell me that. There's somebody who has experience in finishing 15th and he's 4 points behind away from being 14th. He could easily be sacked.
Prior to his sacking, in his last 3 games, what was his result in his last 3 games?
He drew against Wolves. Then let me draw some.
Drew against Leeds
United. So the last papers in the league, he couldn't beat them. Leeds United took points. Wolves took a point. The other one was which one? I think it was Bournemouth. Yeah, I think it was Bournemouth. That one to 4-4. He just likes sharing. That's his own. He doesn't like. He's not a selfish man. But unfortunately, if you want to take charge of a top team, you have to be selfish. You have to want all the points for yourself. He's content when he sees that you are suffering and he wants to give you some. So he gave Wolves.
How much of all of this is entirely his fault and not the players just not delivering?
Oh, it's not about the players just not delivering.
You have Sesko. He's not getting you the goals.
But he left now. Sesko scored 2. Sometimes, you see, these things, I understand if you have a philosophy, I understand if you have a way of playing. But when that way is now getting in the way of results, that's where you need to show that the coaching school, they go chair. It's not some 2-3 courses. They go chair. And before you get that UEFA license, the thinking and the practical work and this thing you for do. So show us that you went to the school. Show us that aside your system, you can tweak some 1 or 2 things and get results. Whilst you are, you see, the training ground. Conte did it when he came to Chelsea. He was training 3 back from pre-season. But the first 2 months of the season, he was playing 4 back. Then they went to lose against Arsenal. He felt like, okay, fine, this is time for us to change. Because by now the players understand the system. And then from there, what happened? Chelsea went to win the league. That's somebody who has gone to the coaching school and understands. And Amorim, he go to school, but maybe he don't understand like that. Maybe the only thing he understood was his system. But outside that system, and it was becoming a problem. It's not even system. Even within the system, you can make some tweaks to get results. And it just wasn't working. So he's my guy, but I'm happy he was sacked. He can still bounce back. There are some people who, after the sack, you just know that it's over for them. You see, Ten Hag right now is not doing coaching again.
He's at FC20.
Yeah, a sporting director. Ten was a coach in Wenfa. They will sack him. So he now has seen that.
Maybe national team job will help him. Maybe.
Which national team job?
Oh, Charlie, national team. If he can Africa.
Who, Dutch national team or Africa?
Yeah, Charlie. If he can sort himself out here. $50,000. You'll be $50,000 every month. Sleeping at Alisa hotels. Free shit.
Ghana.
And just an idea from Grant.
If you hear one queer, you go run away.
Ten Hag. Hey, Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
No, but you know what's funny about Man United fans? Prior to the coming of all of these coaches, Charlie fans.
Yeah, but you see, this thing, don't do it. It's not a Man U matter. Every fan base does this. You know what Maresca? We didn't see you.
What?
When Maresca was coming.
What? Maresca from Championship.
The time Maresca comes here,
which we shouted. Somebody coming from Championship.
Anti-Rose.
You are starting
anti-Rose.
Today you are starting anti-Rose.
Look, you can talk to any Chelsea fan and ask them about what they think about.
We are not even going fast. Today you have started anti-Rose.
I said he's a fresh. I said he's fresh. Is it not fresh?
He says a top manager.
Is it not fresh?
He's a top manager.
It looks nice on the touchline. But there's no confidence in him. Every Chelsea, even look, yesterday, 11 p.m. entering my house. 2 Chelsea fans I thought they were Kwashe boys. Charlie,
they wait you chair.
The guy see me and say, wait, he say, Charlie, Chelsea, you be in him. Then my heart calmed down. I say, team, no, wow, Charlie, everywhere you go, Chelsea fans are asking you, Charlie, will it work? Will it work? Will it work? So after disappointment, there is no rave about it. You people were the one who were shouting, hey, Amorim, he came and look at.
He was a winner when he was coming.
Oh, Charlie.
There's a difference. Oh, but you see, you can't compare Amorim to Rose.
No, but we haven't, have we?
Rose not do anything. So if Man United fans were hyping Amorim when he was coming, it makes sense.
Amorim came.
Sporting hadn't won the league in years, decades. He came to win multiple league titles, and he was doing it whilst losing his best player and everything. He lost Bruno Fernandes. He lost Nuno Mensch. He lost all of them left. He's still winning.
Rose no take Strasbourg go play Champions League football for the first time in 19 years. Is that no success?
Conference League.
Is it failure?
Conference League.
I want to say European.
They are top of the Conference League table now at the moment. You know. But without Bruno, that winning is in the crack run here.
He's not good for Man U. Doesn't mean he's not a good coach. So we sacked him and we'll bring somebody who's good for Man U. If that one too doesn't work, we'll sack him. We'll keep sacking, sir. Who sucks?
Since it's been almost 13 years.
Since what?
Since Alex Ferguson left Man United. This team.
Somebody actually, and maybe I want us to end on that. I think I heard. Was it
at the same Arsenal you are always backing to win something?
Was it this year or defend?
But is it a lie?
I heard somebody say that part of the things Manchester United need to do is that some people need to be kept away from the team. And he actually mentioned that people like, say, Alex Ferguson, Charlie, they should keep them away from the team.
I agree.
The team should move on from.
I agree. Let me tell you why I agree. You see, the way Ferguson did things, that era has passed too. The way Ferguson did things, and Ferguson earned the right to have that much control over the team. It's not just any manager who walk in and can have, when Ferguson was here, when the coach says this, they back him. It doesn't work like that. Ferguson had earned the right to say, I don't like this player, sack him. Then they'll do it immediately because he was Ferguson. You understand? Also, that era has passed. The football is changing. So it's better for you to change and adapt to modern times. The way you see, people have set, there's a template there people have set, and the thing is working for them. But you want to do the thing you were doing how many years ago? 12 years ago.
There's always a reference to the Ferguson style, Ferguson
and that, you see, and I'm saying, what is it? That United way, no. There's no documents to show you how. What is it? Everybody they've asked to explain. Listen, when Guy Neville is explaining the United way, it's different from when Ferdinand is explaining it. It's different from all of them have different ways or how they saw the United way. That United way thing, no, I don't understand it.
And actually, somebody made the point even nicely when he referenced Jurgen Klopp, what he came to do at Liverpool. He said Liverpool used to live in that era of there's a certain Liverpool style. Klopp said forget about it. Let's build something completely new.
Ferguson is not anybody's problem. Ferguson is not the reason Amorim was a bad coach. United, you see, I don't think any manager can mention Ferguson as one of the reasons why they could not coach the team out of its bad habits.
Ole.
When Amorim came, before him we had Ten Hag. In the period when Ten Hag was winning some games and winning the first season, was there any talk about him?
You didn't talk about who?
Ferguson.
Yes.
Ferguson's undue influence on his capacity to coach.
Not undue.
Was there?
No. The point is Ferguson's influence, whether good or bad. We are saying Ferguson's influence.
And I'm saying that it is exaggerated because all of these other coaches post Ferguson, there has been glaring tactical flaws. So you can talk about maybe the person's overbearing influence in other areas, but in terms of your primary responsibility of coaching the team, let's use the most recent one, Amorim. Amorim's problem was not even the fact that he was insistent on the back three. It was because he could not coach it properly. Between October and November, when he made that tweak and decided that the players will get a bit more closer, the spaces became smaller and more compact, what was the outcome? Check the results from the Sunderland, Liverpool, Brighton games. They played the best football, and in the 14 years that he had been in charge, had the best results. For the first time, 14 months. For the first time, he was able to get consecutive wins, one at Anfield.
And then after that, what happened?
He reverted back to his.
He went to take a picture with Ferguson. Then the thing
he reverted back to his nonsense coach. So for me, the issue. Look, I would always tell people that learn to decouple the issues.
But is it not time for United to move away from this?
So that's what will it fix?
Ferguson atmosphere.
Will it fix the coaching
constant
issues?
Reference?
No. See, it's not time to build. The problem is not just a coaching issue. The problem is the way the club thinks. That's what we are saying. The way the club thinks. We're not saying Ferguson is the reason why they can't coach.
You see, the reference to Ferguson.
Issue is just not a coaching matter.
The reference to Ferguson is not a problem. The problem is the quality of the decisions that the guys make. Was Ferguson the one who advised them to go and hire a coach before they hired the technical director and the specific kind of coach in Amorim? Was Ferguson the one who advised them to? So there are fundamental issues. You have the bad decision making of the bad choices that the decision makers keep making. Then following from that, you have the coaches who come in and cannot do the job.
Whenever United fans say there's a United way of playing football, we like to play this way. What is it?
No
for
coach,
which every now and then they say we want to see it in a coach.
You know why I said
it in this coach.
You know why
when Darren Fletcher
you know why I said that bit is immaterial.
Fletcher said he spoke to Ferguson before.
He said
you know why I said that bit is immaterial. You know why I say that bit is immaterial. When any coach is winning, nobody will have the confidence to come and say, "Oh, we don't like the way you are winning. Go and play the United way." When any coach is playing good football and you are improving players consistently, that is the operative word. We're not talking about accidental success where you win one trophy and at the end, like Ten Hag, but we can seal that challenge still. There's not really any progress here. So even though you've won the FA Cup, you should be sacked.
But Mourinho, when Mourinho was winning this, he didn't like it.
When you are not playing good football, when the results are bad, when you are not adding value to players, when you're not being competitive for the trophies that matter, that is when these things will be items that people will hang on to. But there is no coach in the Premier League era who will be scoring or checking all of these boxes, and the fan base will out of the blue get up and say that, oh, you are not doing it the way our historical figure did. Nobody. It doesn't happen anywhere, because fundamentally, people just want to see these things in place. Is the football nice? Is the success sustainable? Are we even succeeding? Are the players improving? Those are the things people want to see.
We are not talking
Nobody
about.
wants to get hangover.
Nobody is saying that Ferguson calls and says that play 3-5 to do this. No,
that's not what I'm saying.
We are saying the thinking, the way the club used to think under Ferguson. Football has moved from then. They are still making decisions like it is Ferguson era. That's what we are talking about. Part of the reason why they went to take Amorim was because he has a clear, distinct way of playing and want to build want United to be recognizable, play a clear, distinct. So they don't want any pragmatic manager who can do chop and change.
Isn't that a function of every competitive team?
No,
for every competitive
team.
No.
The best, most competitive, greatest team on the history of this world. They don't have any recognizable part in Real Madrid. They play. They don't.
They are the exception.
But isn't that the best example?
Look, stay in the Premier League. The successful teams in the Premier League in the last, say, 8 teams. If you like, add Arsenal to the mix. All of them, you can identify the way they are coached.
That one, if it's not true like that.
All of them, from Klopp to, it's usually Pep and Klopp. Now to Arteta, who have been, because they are the 3 teams who have been the best performing.
They've been changing. They've been changing, but what has been constant is the winning. The constant thing has been the win. But Arteta, the Xhaka season, the football they played that Xhaka season, was it different from? Is it not different from what they are doing now? It's very different. The thing is the win, and we are saying that Man U still thinks that the only way to win is to have this clear.
See, that thing, it only exists in the minds of their ex-players.
It's not the ex-players. I see the people at the club are still making decisions like that. What is the problem? Because they should move away from that.
Arsenal are not even winning trophies, but nobody's talking about Wenger. Because at least they can see the progress. If they don't bottle this one, they are there. They are taking the lead.
It looks like
football fans like that thing. Yes, they will godify Wenger. It doesn't mean that every other thing everybody does and you're more fair. You get the point I'm making. So yes, what Daniel is saying is absolutely true. There are aspects of the decision making that reflects a certain dedication to that way, which is unscientific and doesn't even make sense. However, see, if any of the coaches they have hired had come in, played good football, sustained success, Boga, it will not even be nobody would even talk about that. You think Bluco in the 4 years that they have been running Chelsea, if Bluco had reverted Chelsea to after the Champions League win, if it had followed with a league title, then an FA Cup, then another league title, then some Champions League semi-final, like the Chelsea of old, nobody will be mentioning Abramovich's name. They would respect him, but they will still celebrate what they have now, and they will not say that because it is not like the way Abramovich did it, we don't like it. People want success.
All right, let's just end on this note. All right. Because United are definitely going to appoint a substantive coach. Most likely it's going to happen at the end of the season. Who would you opt for? Were you the one who was mentioning the coach in Saudi Arabia? Or was it?
Yeah.
Oh, all of you. You want the coach?
No,
I want him.
No, but he finished.
I want Simone Inzaghi.
You want Simone Inzaghi?
I want Simone Inzaghi.
Yeah, so Niska.
But they have money.
No, as for Simone Inzaghi,
you don't have Saudi money.
But United is attractive.
They don't have Saudi money. We are not talking attractive. He said money, and then Atu said we have United don't have Saudi. Don't go.
But if United go knocking on Simone Inzaghi, you think he wouldn't?
Boga, that's oil flow in Manchester.
He has taken enough oil in Saudi. It's time for him to come back and show his face.
And so that's a different thing.
Yeah,
you can say that he will agree to a pay cut, but Atu shouldn't go in that direction of man. You can match Saudi money.
No, that was not.
To triple his salary right now, just to be petty.
Who do you want though?
That was
me. The England coach, don't win the World Cup and do sack him, then he will come
Thomas
to Man U.
Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah. He's the only one. See, if Tuchel comes to Man U, it doesn't work. I'll support Sunderland. He's the only one. The whole world, he's the only one. If you bring Pep, it won't work. If you bring Klopp, it won't work. Tuchel is the only one who can make this Man U team competitive. Only Thomas Tuchel.
He's one of the guys who can make it.
He's the
And
only
you
one.
know,
He's the only one. So see, Inzaghi in ball, no. Inzaghi in ball, the old men they play the ball.
So what do you mean old man?
Oh, the time he can't Champions League final, the time he can't Champions League final when they increase the tempo small, only 5 then give
this
up.
is unfair. Inter were broke.
It no be
See,
broke
see
matter.
who they signed.
It no be broke matter.
They have old men. Now the coach, what can he do?
It no be broke matter. It no be
The coach, what can he do?
Oh, this one is not about broke matter. You see,
You think he only likes old men?
the football they play
You think he only
in
likes old
Italiano. The football they play in Italiano. You need to triple the intensity or quadruple
but
the
the Lazio team that
Lazio
he was winning with, it was with young players.
There's no young players, so I'm saying the pace of the
risk.
football in Syria, no, it be slow. So you go feel.
You see, if the issue was intensity, it could not have taken him to 2 Champions League finals.
But he lost.
Different matter, yes.
He lost to intense teams.
The first one, Lukaku.
He lost to Man City,
Lukaku.
a more intense team. He
was-
lost to
no.
PSG, a more intense. Both
Lukaku.
finals.
All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Daniel, thank you. Archie, thank you very much. And of course, Mufta was also here. All right, guys, that's it. We'll be back same time next week. Enjoy the rest of it. Prime Sports Extra is live tomorrow on Joy Prime, so make a date. And of course, you can watch the Senegal Mali game and wherever you can find it. Okay, well, thanks for being part of it. We out.